What up, everybody? InstructaBeats back again, here with our dividing a non-unit fraction by a whole number using models. Let's take a look at our objective today. Thank you, Larry. Very nice introduction. Our objective today I will be able to divide a fraction by a whole number by using an area model. But first, we need to review with Larry. Hello, Larry. Excellent introduction to that video today, Larry. And we need to review what happens when we divide, right? So again, if you've been with us since the beginning of our dividing fractions unit, you've seen this screen a lot. Always a good reminder, though, for our new friends. When we divide, we answer one of these questions, right? We're either answering how many groups do we have or how many are in each group. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look at this division equation and dive into it with a model. All right, so here we have 12 divided by 4 equals 3, okay? So in some word problems, you're doing quotative division. And what that means, you don't need to know that term, but what that means is they tell you how many are in each group, and you're looking for your groups. So for instance, if you're using a part whole model to draw this out, right, you may have 12 wholes, and then, okay, you know how many are in each group. You're dividing into 4 apples in each group. I always use apples, I don't know why, right? So we have 4 apples, let's start with 12 total apples, 4 apples in each. Okay, how many baskets can we make, right, with 4 apples? So obviously our answer is 3, and if we're putting 4 in each basket, we know that we could have 3 baskets, right? That's our answer to the question. That's called quotative division. You're looking for the amount of groups you can make. Sometimes in word problems, you're doing partitive division, and what that means is it doesn't change the equation, right? 12 divided by 4 is always 3, okay? But now you're starting with a total of 12, right? Your dividend's 12, but now you know how many groups. You're going to make 4 baskets, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets. Not like Carol Baskins, the crazy lady, but 4 baskets. And we are looking for how many are in each basket, right? So our question mark would be there. And again, obviously that's 3, all right? But that's a different type of division word problem. The equation doesn't change, but the way we're thinking about division, how we're using it, and what question to solve with it is different. And that's going to matter today to help you to understand this. So Larry's friend right here is telling us, actually, I'm not sure what that means. What he was supposed to say is think about division as how many are in each group for this type of problem. When you're dividing a fraction, whether it's a unit fraction or a normal fraction or an improper fraction, right, divided by a whole number, we want to think about, okay, we know how many groups, how many are in each group? I just dropped a Carol Baskins reference in a lesson, and that is awesome. I feel very good about that, all right? And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw a hole, okay? I'm going to draw my hole right here, and I'm going to split it vertically into 5 equal pieces, obviously because my denominator is 5. And again, fractions are equal groups, right? So we want to make them as equal as possible, although I am not perfect, so I'm sure this will turn out maybe not. Oh, you know what? That's really bad. There is such thing called an eraser in life, and if you make a mistake, it's good to erase it. Forgiveness is a real thing. We all need to learn it. All right, there we go. So here are my 5 equal groups, right? And I'm going to shade in 2 of those, because my numerator was 2. So the first thing I want to do is I want to, just like I've been doing since 3rd grade, draw an area model and shade in 2/5. Now, we're going to think about trying to solve this for how many are in each group. So we're going to think about our 3 as how many groups we can make. So what I want to do is I want to split my fraction the other way into 3 equal groups, right? So here I have, my first group right here, okay? I have my second group right here and my third group. And we want to know, okay, how many are in each group? So I'm going to circle one of my groups, because if it's a fraction, it should all have equal amount. And I can see that I have 2 pieces shaded, okay, in that group. And now my denominator isn't 5 anymore, though. If you look, my denominator is actually 15. I have 15 equal groups in this entire area model. And so my answer is 2/15. So if I took 2/5 and divided it into 3 equal groups, that's going to allow me to have 2/15 in each group, right? So we're thinking about this as partitive division today to help us to understand what we're doing. Let's take a look at the steps that I just did. And if you've been here before, you know our friend Shocky's here with us during these lessons, and he talks really fast like a robot and you can't understand him. But go ahead, Shocky, tell us what steps we're doing. And thank you. So what he just said is we're going to draw an area model to represent your fraction. We're going to split that vertically, right? So then number 2, we're going to use your whole number to see how many groups you should split the fraction into, right? I divided by 3, so I need 3 equal groups. And then our third question, what we're trying to answer is how many shaded pieces are in each group? Let's take a look at a we do problem. As always, for our InstructaBeats video, you can find guided notes in the description of the video. Go ahead and open them up, print them out, or you can just do it on Google Docs if you make a copy of it, right? And so you can do this with us to have something to go back and look at. So my first step is I'm going to draw my whole. And I'm going to split it into 8 equal pieces because my denominator is 8. So to do that, I'm going to split it into half. Split each of those halves into halves. That gives me 4. I'm going to split each of those fourths into half. And that should give me 8 equal groups. All right, there we go. And now I have 5 eighths, right, shaded. So I want 1 eighth, 2 eighths, 3 eighths, 4 eighths, and 5 eighths. If it helps you to label them to make sure you shade the right amount, that'd be a good idea. And then what I do actually is I shade them all individually. And you could lightly shade them with the pencil. You could cross shade. It doesn't matter how you shade. I like to cross shade when I don't have a highlighter or something to help me out. There we go. And then again, what you want to do is you want to split these 5 eighths into 4 equal pieces. So let me grab a different color. So I'm going to make 4 groups of this. Okay, so really what you're doing, just like I did with my I do, is you're going to split your 5 eighths into fourths. However, because this is a fraction and it all has to be equal groups, if you're going to split this 5 eighths, you have to split all 8 eighths into 4 equal pieces. So that's why we split the whole entire thing. There we go. And then I just made my 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? They're going horizontal. And then again, you could look at any group. Let's look at the second group for this if you wanted to. It doesn't matter because they should all have the same amount of pieces. You want to know, okay, how many pieces are in each group? So I can see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal pieces. So my numerator is going to be 5. And then my denominator is actually going to be 32, right? I now have 32 equal pieces that make up my whole. And going back to 3rd grade, we know our denominator tells us how many equal pieces one whole split into. So that's why my denominator is 32. So if I split 5 eighths into 4 groups, I would have 5 32nds in each group. All right, here's your you try problem. If you're ready to try this one by yourself, you can go ahead and pause it. Try it out, push play to check your work, to check your understanding. If you're not there yet, it's okay to fail as long as you learn from it. You can go ahead and just do this as another we do problem in your notes with us. So now, hopefully you just paused it and you push play. Now you're checking your work. Now I know I need 2/3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and split this. And I'm going to split it nice and big because I know I'm going to be making 8 groups. And I want to make sure that I can make them equal and at least a little bit neat, although neatness is not really my thing. And so now I have 3 equal groups that I'm going to be splitting this into vertically as equal as I can possibly make it. And I'm going to be dividing it into 1/3, or sorry, shading in 2/3, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just shade in my 2/3 right here. And now I need to split my 2/3 into 8 equal groups. But remember, if I'm going to split just my 2/3 into 8 equal groups, I have to split my whole into 8 equal groups as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just split it up. I'm going to split it into half first. Then split each of those into half to make fourths. All right, and then I'm going to split each of those fourths into half as straight as I can possibly make them. And then I'm going to number them on the side just to make sure I made the correct amount. Ooh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, I'm looking for how many pieces do I have in each group that are shaded. So here I'm going to look down here at this bottom group. And I can see that I had 1, 2 pieces shaded, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put my answer right here. And then I actually have 24 total pieces now. So my answer would be 2/24. All right. Now, if I want to write this down here though, because I might have to simplify this, both of these are even numbers. So I can divide by the big one, 2/2, and get a simplified answer of 1/12. So if I was doing 2/3 into 8 groups, I could have 1/12 in each of those groups. If you've got this down and you want to check out a shortcut, a more efficient way of doing it that's not really conceptual, it's kind of a trick, you can check out our Keep Change Flip video. We have a Keep Change Flip song, which is awesome. And we also have dividing using common denominators video. We would love for you to check those out if you want a little bit quicker way to do these problems. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate you checking us out today. We know there are lots of options online for doing your online learning. As always, we would love for you to subscribe, join our InstructaBeats family. You can follow us on all our social media accounts, and we would love for you to like and comment on the video. Let us know where you're watching from. Again, thank you so much. InstructaBeats out.